Hello and welcome back to the Reptile Goths YouTube channel. As always, I am your host, Morgan. Today we're going to be looking at an article that was brought up by my herpetology professor in class. Now, he likes to share with us different things that are happening in the world of herpetology at the beginning of each lecture. And this particular article is talking about sea turtles and some interesting things that are going on with them with the current status of the human world right now. As always, I will link this article down in the description below in case you are interested in reading it yourself. Now, this article is reporting on something going on in the beaches of eastern India since people haven't been using the beaches with the world the way it is currently. Since these beaches are deserted, they have seen something fairly exciting happening with sea turtle populations in the area, specifically olive ridley sea turtles. Now, for those of you that don't know, it is currently sea turtle mating and nesting season, or at least the beginning of it. And they've noted that these sea turtles have been returning to these beaches in broad daylight and nesting, which is not something that has been seen in years. And basically, they haven't been nesting in daylight because there have been too many people. So people in the world of ecology, whether they're volunteers or reporters or scientists, are fairly excited by this phenomena, seeing these turtles returning and nesting on these deserted beaches. Now, officials from the East Indian states that these beaches are in have said they don't believe it has anything to do with what's going on in the world right now, because they do take steps to limit people on the beaches during these times. But it is a fairly odd coincidence that during this time, nesting is occurring in daylight again. However, of course, it is important to note that correlation does not imply causation, but it is something that researchers would like to take a look at. Now, the Indian officials that are saying this is just a coincidence do note that turtles mostly seem to respond to tidal conditions, lunar phases, etc. when it comes to nesting. But it is very interesting to those on the outside, noting that they do tend to open up entire beaches just for turtles anyway, but even then they haven't been coming to the coastline in broad daylight and necessarily nesting in these numbers in recent years. So it is worth looking into what the lack of humans on the beach are doing, especially with this being seen this year, and exploring that possible positive impact it's having. So now that turtles are starting to nest on the other side of the world as well, in places like Florida and Mexico, researchers there are fairly excited to see what's going to happen. Are they going to see the same thing that's happening in India? Or is it going to remain these turtles are nesting at night and they're going to see no difference there? And they're also noting that with light of recent events, they're able to focus more on the well-being of the turtles nesting and less on keeping people off of these sensitive beach areas. And this is also springing up some more questions in other areas of like herpetological research, because there are other species down to like frogs and other amphibian and reptile species that are going to start their breeding seasons in the coming weeks as well. And it's going to be interesting to see what is reported as far as deaths by being hit by car, traveling to breeding grounds and whatnot, as well as abundance of neonates or baby reptiles being seen, and what happens in these areas that humans are essentially not in at the moment. So this is just a interesting little tidbit of conservation and ecology news that I felt is worth noting on. So thank you for joining me today. Like I said before, if you want to read this article yourself and make your own conclusions, please check out the link in the description, and I will see you all next time. Thank you for watching this video. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you have not already done so. Also remember to follow me on all my social medias. The links are down in the description below, and check out thereptilegoth.com. If you found any value in this and you would like to support the channel, assuming you have the means to do so, go ahead and check out the Patreon. Again, that link is going to be down in the description below, just like everything else. See you next time.